Welcome, family, our beautiful golden family, to this episode of Rocking
Pandoras.
Box. We
Box.
love you back.
Ooh,
Mwah. How are you,
superb.
my brother?
Do you know what? It's lovely to be back after a week off, but that week off that was well needed, wasn't it, brother? Wasn't it?
It was. Richard had to learn how to play again. I mean, like just as an example, Femi, I was talking to Gargar just earlier on, Sikkim, last year, last summer. So as you all know, I have a Trans Am Firebird, and I was filling up the gas tank every second day. This year, I filled it up 3 times, and summer's over. So Richard had to play a little bit. So, although it felt funny, didn't it feel funny, Gary, last week that we didn't film?
I was missing something. It was like I should be doing something. What should I be doing?
Looking at yeah, but it was good though. It was good. It gave me a chance, and I'm sure you too as well,
Yeah, yeah,
Garga,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just know you have the day off.
I know it was
You
lovely
know,
because I'm sure like you, Richard, I tend to end up clock watching because because of the time difference. It's Richard's afternoon and my early evening, so we have to work around food if I'm going out and doing bits, where we can go, what we can do, and last week it was a case of I didn't have to watch. I'd start to look at the clock and thinking I don't need to anymore. Not today, and so yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely,
yeah.
and the weather was still nice actually in the UK that weekend. So we went to the coast. So we made the most of the Sunday as well.
So you went to the beach, you mean? And when
Yeah,
you said to the coast,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. The beach, yeah,
Okay, good. Good, good,
yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah. And hopefully you drove your Firebird and used the whole tank
I
for the
did, I
petrol.
did, I did. But truth be told, is that Sunday, I probably slept most of the day. I did take my Trans Am out, but more to go to the store and do a few errands. It wasn't like a cruising or a road trip. Like I had, it was needed. I had to sleep.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I want to add, if I may, my brother, aloha from our beautiful sister Bethan in Honolulu, Hawaii. Thank you for your beautiful package. And look, I'm wearing your shirt, which I know why you got it, not just because aloha, but it's because it's spelled like Metallica, the rock band. And I am wearing this in honor of you today, my beautiful sister Bethan. Thank you. Mwah.
Superb, superb. Well,
Yeah.
we have an amazing show tonight, and with having that extra week off has given us time to actually do a little bit of a deeper dive and allow some more things to come into our informed field, hasn't it, Richard? And
Yes.
being able to see a few extra bits and pieces. So fundamentally, we're going to be talking about the Three Eye Atlas again because this really is a big one. Okay,
It is.
it's the story of the stories, as far as I'm concerned, of what we're seeing coming in at the moment in our realm. This is a biggie, you know. Lots of noise, lots of things going on, but for me, and I think it's similar for you, Richard. The Three Eye Atlas and the connotations and the energies coming in and the changes
Mhm.
we're going to probably see from this is the story that we I think is really important, don't you?
It is.
Yeah. So we're going to look at that, but obviously the Three Eye Atlas is with what we're going to start talking about will take us into other things that will probably connect some of our previous shows. And Richard, I think it'll connect some of the private stuff that we've done, things you've done with Honey and Vivid Earth and other people that you've collaborated with, and myself. And so, I suppose subconsciously, we've kind of been working towards this kind of thing for some period of time now, which is so. So hopefully, this show will give you some the beautiful Femi audience, girls and guys. Ladies, gents, whoever, wherever you wish to be spoken. This will hopefully give you something to think about, and then you can think back on some of the previous shows and then start to see or put some things together, you know. And you've got an awful lot of smoke going there. What have you just lit there?
Well, I've been burning some incense from a glorious sister who I don't know if she wants us to name her name,
Probably not. Probably
but
not.
she's a very special sister. And this incense is made with a lot of rose petals and oils, and it is all for clarification. As much as I got, like also some Florida water, which is beautiful. So I'm going to be spraying, burning throughout the show today in honor to our beloved sister and who I look very much up to. Yay.
Superb.
The end.
Superb. Now, now we're going to start, which sounds a bit strange. Why would we be starting like this? But we're going to
Hmm?
start about two dreams. And I know
Dream.
Richard's been having quite a few dreams because in our private chat messages and stuff like that, there's been things coming up. And you actually did a show, didn't you, on the Children of the River one, the dream that you had.
I
Um,
have, yes.
but Richard's had more dreams, and I actually had a dream um 2 nights ago. And
Okay.
the pre-chat talk from going on, Richard starts talking about his dream that he wants to talk about, and it coincides and is very similar to mine. But obviously, our dreams are different because we're totally different people. So, what Richard would
Hmm.
dream about, and for you, the audience watching us, what you dream about is in relation to you in the personal, so that you understand or you have a chance of understanding your dream. Okay. So if I'd had the dream that Richard will talk to you about in a minute, I wouldn't have got it. And I'm pretty sure if Richard had had the dream I had, which I'm going to tell you about, which is very, very similar but totally different, he wouldn't have got it either. So
Hmm.
just because we're having dreams that look completely different and opposite, they actually have
Hmm.
exactly the same kind of feel, energy, or meaning to it. So, Richard, darling, would you like to tell the beautiful Femi all about your dream and your story?
I would. Thank you, Gary. But before I start, thank you for this because what you're bringing up, Gargar, is that exactly this. Like our dreams are all very different, but let's not forget, Femi, that we are all wired differently and our connection to higher self is wired differently, right? So we got to learn how to decipher dreams. And this is what I told to our brother, Gary. It's always good if like I don't sleep with this on beside my bed, but if I wake up with a dream, what could I do? Turn it on, use the recording. We all have a recording button, and just like babble what your dream is, then go back to sleep, decipher the next day. Because right now, everything is elevated, everything is accelerated. And dreams, right now, when we fall asleep, we actually leave the simulation to the realm. We're either in classes, we're either like planning, we're either rebuilding. Right. So there's a lot of important messages, and it's not that hard to decode. It takes a bit of practice. But yes, Femi, dreams right now are very online. Even if they look weird, we can learn to decode them. So this morning I woke up, well, before this morning, I had like this week, within the last week, week and a half, I had my first wake up. I woke up with Lita Ford's Dancing on the Edge. Yes, it's a metal song from the 80s. Lita Ford, gorgeous blonde bombshell. You know how I love my blondes. And I'm dancing on the edge. Okay, so I told you, all these weird numbers call me Gary. Like I don't even recognize like text messages, phoning. If funny, I'm dancing on the edge. Something tried to interrupt me right now.
Very
And
interesting.
then like, like I had like the whole what does that have as a meaning? And I saw Three Eye Atlas coming back and we're dancing on the edge of like 3D, 5D. Yes, we are anchored in 5D, but we can very often get lost with fear porn and then lower a frequency to a 3D while everything is kind of like changing timelines or like flickering. So it's very important to dance with fun, with youthful, with a healthy rebellion, and be on that edge and dance, not scream, not panic, not hide. Then a few days later, I woke up at 2 a.m. And Gary knows this because we have like a group on WhatsApp. What is up? What's up? And that was my first reaction. I felt a sense of urgency. So I woke up with a song that doesn't exist. Children, don't go up the river. Okay, so and it was loud. It was so loud it wouldn't leave me go. So I got onto our group. So I go, God, and I'm half asleep. Like I don't even know if I sound normal, guys. Like this is the dream. Does anyone sense anything? And then I went back to bed. The next day I woke up, read a few of the threads, went into meditation, and then I saw no, it wasn't about a catastrophe. Because at first I thought it was going to be a catastrophe. Why would I wake up at 2 a.m. with that loud? I swear to God, for me, like I'm a metalhead. It's as if I was at a metal show in front of a speaker that loud. But no, it was a reminder to not lose our inner child because of the Great Awakening right now. Okay. Don't go up the river. That means like to battle, to fight, to lose yourself and submit to a status quo, a conformity that a certain system had put you under in order to conform, fit in, and lose that inner child. This morning. So, this is my dream this morning. It did not come as a song, but I walked into it was like a plaza, like a superstore with several layers, and I saw outside and inside. And as I was walking, there's people everywhere, people at the cafeteria, people walking, people in line. And as I passed a hidden corridor, I saw through what felt like a mirror or a screen, Farrah Fawcett. And she was beautiful and delightful, and she was like smiling like over there. She wasn't that age, she was a little bit older, but not before her passing. And she smiled at me and she told me, like, because I remember asking, like, where are the drugs? And she made me feel like I have them. And then I kissed her as she smiled in the mirror. And then I passed along. I will talk to you about the drugs. They won't be long. Then after I went into what felt like a bathroom or a changing room, you know, when you go buy clothes, you go into a changing room, and it had two doors. So I walked in from the back door, locked in, walked in, and then I noticed the back door was flipped upside down and made of paper. And I got so angry. Why is this a paper? Who did this? So I shredded the door. I walked down and I was into, it felt like a cafeteria of a university. Everyone is sitting down and I'm standing. And I declared, who turned this upside down into paper? Everyone shut up and everyone was looking at me, especially one character, a male in front of me, and it was zipit.com. I said, whatever you've done, I'm going to turn you into paper now. So, what does that dream mean? Okay, because I woke up with that dream, and of course, I love Farrah Fawcett, but the message wasn't about like me having a crush. Gary, can I read like how I deciphered it after from my
Yes.
meditation? Do you mind? No?
No, no, of
Okay.
course not.
All right, because this was so potent that I had to go, Femi, like to decipher it. So I'm going to read it to you. I have so many notes, as I'm sure you do, brother. All right, so where are we? Where are we? Okay, so no. Nope. Okay, so dreams are not just private wanderings, Femi. They are actual public broadcasts from the soul. Again and again, I find myself in open places, whether they be plazas, universities, and or cafeterias, where the collective gathers, right? Open space, lots of people. And always people, they seem to know about my gifts. They seem to be amplified, my gifts. So this morning, Farrah Fawcett walked into my dream, not as a Hollywood star, but as a messenger. She smiled when I kissed her cheeks. And, like, oh, heart melting. But she smiled, as if to say, yes, I know you. And yes, she carried the drugs. And I realized drugs in the dreams are not substances, but symbols of altered states, of glamour, of Hollywood itself as a kind of narcotic for the collective mind. Then came the door, turned upside down, made of paper, illusion, inversion upside down. Cheap tricks in the matrix. So I tore it away in anger and stood before the whole cafeteria, declaring, who did this? I will turn you into paper for this. That moment was actually a moment of power for me. It was the truth exposing the illusion, dissolving flimsy gates. So when I dream, I'm not just dreaming, Femi. I'm walking through realms where the soul shows me how perception is bent, how fame and substances have been used to numb humanity, and how authority, who did this, when claimed, shreds the paper doors of deception. So, in the end, dreams, they are training grounds. Dreams are revelations. Sometimes dreams can be warnings. Like when I was awakened to say, children, don't go up the river. I thought it was a warning, but it actually is. Don't lose your inner child. We're all focused and reconnected to higher self, but forget because it's so long away, that inner child that was forgotten. Connect to inner child, heal inner child. You have a direct connection to higher self because a child is always connected to higher self until the status quo told them to snap out of it and grow up and go uphill against current, where it's not the natural flow of what is divine and source going downstream, right, Gary?
Yes.
So these dreams are not random. They are actual signals from across the veil, waiting for us to finally listen.
Superb.
Yeah. So that
Superb.
was my dream, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I did. Yeah, as soon as I woke up, okay, record, decipher, and I got all this. And how lucky am I, Farrah Fawcett?
Wow.
Well, for me, yes.
So so I've had a few dreams. I don't know if I spoke about it last time or not, but a week or two ago I had 3 nights on a craft, as in what some would call a spaceship, but it's not. It's a multi-dimensional craft, and um, I know I've had that sensation before because I've been on craft before. Several years ago, I was constantly on and off craft, and had memories of it, or when I'd wake up suddenly, I'd come back into my body with a jolt, and the whole bed would boof, as if I'd literally
Okay.
jumped onto the bed, So I know the difference in my dreamings, and when I'm on the craft, for me personally, it tends to be black, as in I sleep. I know I'm sleeping well. It's a good, it's a restful sleep, but my sleep is black. There's no dreaming, nothing at all. Okay, and there's just blocks of time disappear, and I call it my it's black. So I know I'm somewhere else. For me personally, other people who go may have different sensations, but every now and again I'll get a little glimpse as I'm waking up and leaving the craft, and it's very interesting. I actually had a glimpse. So as I'm leaving the craft, I look back and I can see from floor to ceiling these blue coloured tubes and a window, big window. And a friend of mine who regularly travels on craft, put it that way, she actually remembers more than I do often about the craft. And from her memory and her understanding, the blue tubes are actually frequency tubes that allow us to breathe on the craft, but they allow all sorts of beings and um, entities to breathe on that same craft. So something needs lots of nitrogen, say more than we could stand. That frequency will give that being that so they can breathe. Okay, so that was quite interesting in itself. In between Richard having his river dream, don't go up the river, and his last one, obviously because of the time difference, while Richard's up, I'm sleeping generally, and vice versa.
Where?
This is true though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And not help bedding for me, but so in between Richard's two dreams, I had a dream, which is like 2 nights ago, not last night, night before, which would works out right now. In this dream, I'm observing a craft, so I'm not in a craft. I'm observing a craft, and the craft is grey in color. Okay, so I can see. So I'm outside of the craft, observing this grey craft. Um, Kind of looked a little bit like the Star Wars sort of craft of the Imperial, where they're just like a cigar shaped. It wasn't pointed at one end or anything, but it's cigar shaped and it's got texture to it, but not really. You know what I mean? So you can see it's something that's not I would say
Like
man-made, but
pixels, like
yeah,
pixels,
yeah,
yeah.
pixels, or you can see there's like squares on it of things that do certain things that I can't even imagine what they do.
Yeah.
So it's not smooth, but it's you can see that it's got texture to it. And so it's grey, and I'm observing this, and all of a sudden I start seeing all these dimensions, and I'm then taken into the craft, and I'm stood there, and I'm sort of like again observing. This is all observation by me, and there's all these levels of these different frequencies,
Mm.
and in all these frequencies, there's something different happening, but they're all contained within this craft. And I'm thinking, and I can remember thinking this to myself. So I'm dreaming, and then suddenly aware of I'm thinking about the dream, which is again quite unusual, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
one of those. Phew. So I'm thinking, well, I'm observing dimensions. Are we actually on a craft that's multi-dimensional, and are we in one of these craft? And I'm thinking this, and then I wake up, need to go to the loo. Okay, so you know what it's like if you wake up from a dream like that, you think, oh God. So I went to the loo, got back into bed, went straight back into exactly the same dream. Now, for me, that's quite a rare thing to do. So I was straight back there again. So I'm thinking, oh, this is really good. I've actually gone back to the dream. So this is oh, I love this. This is great. And so I started seeing all these multi-dimensional levels and different colors and different frequencies within these multi-dimensional levels. And I'm thinking, oh, this is a bit strange. This is a bit strange. And I'm still thinking about, well, is this a craft? What's this craft bringing? What's it transporting? And then I start thinking back to the conversation I've had with my friend with the tubes,
Yeah.
thinking, so have we got multi-dimensional layers within this craft, creating different ecospheres, almost biosphere, different sort of frequencies to allow these different things or beings or energies to exist. And I'm thinking, oh, this is really, really interesting. And I then start being pulled out, and so I know I'm waking up properly now. It feels different. I'm waking up, and as I'm waking up, just like you, Richard, super loud, I get red craft,
Yeah.
and it sounded like me, but it wasn't me. It didn't come from me, so I'm getting shouted at red craft. I'm thinking red craft, and I woke up with
Did you see the color or did you
no,
hear it?
hear it only. So I'm
Because
still
I
seeing,
see the color orange attached to red. It's
yeah,
not blood.
no,
There's orange and yellow to your end. Yeah.
but I think one of the last frequencies that I was looking at was an orangey coloured one as I was
Yeah.
coming out of the craft, because there was
Mhm.
blues, greens, aquas, and you know, reds. Not blood red, but you know what I mean. And
Yeah, I know. Like fire, like a flame.
yes, yeah, exactly like fire and a flame, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got red craft, and I'm thinking red craft, red craft, red craft. What does that mean? What does that mean? And so I'm sitting there thinking, what does red craft mean with all this multi-dimensional stuff and all the bits that are going on? And I'm thinking, what could that mean? And then Richard starts talking about the drugs and it being different dimensional. And I'm thinking, we're being shown different frequencies and different kind of things that have been played with and how things have changed, but we're still contained in the same kind of zone. It's just there's different things going on, which, as Richard spoke about, the drugs will give you a different realities,
Yeah, alternate not perspection, but
perspectives,
heightened.
and
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of thing. And so it's like, oh wow. And so my dream is not the same as Richard's, but also it has a very similar energy and connotation to what Richards does, where we're being
Yeah.
shown the same kind of thing in different ways,
It
which
goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
does,
Like I am spoken by the knowledge that I've tasted as Richard and you as Gary.
yeah,
And that's why when we combine and share, that's the lockup.
correct. It's a synergy of and
Yeah.
again, there's bits of information in there that from listening to Richard and from Richard listening to me, that we could have a dream in the future. And when we wake up from that dream, we go, oh my God, that makes sense now because of what Richard said and what I had before. And so we're just putting pieces of a puzzle of this kind of different dimensional place that we go to in our sleep,
But
you
that's
know?
because we have the eye to see, the the eye, the important eye.
And this is the one, right? And this is why we're going back to the three eye atlas, because
Yeah.
red craft could indeed be the three eye atlas. And I was watching on Patreon on Sonia today,
Okay.
and so she does a show every Saturday, and she's in America at the moment with her daughter, and they're talking all bits and pieces.
About Bigfoot, a baby
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot they found.
Well, I
That
hadn't got to that part yet, but
really
yeah,
saw. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
yeah. But they're talking about frequencies and energies, and this is also making sense to me in my dream. So often, um, the way I'm showing stuff is I'll get a dream and then a piece of information will come in, another thing will come in, a video will come in, something will pop up on the feed, or I'll watch something, or Richard will say something, or the Wizard of Oz might say something behind me, and and something will connect, and it all starts then to make sense. So I'm only sort of like half quarter way through watching Sonia. It's a 2.5 hour, 2 hour show. So and again, I'm gonna have to watch it again because there's a lot of information there. But they were talking about the Phoenix, and the phoenix is coming in, and the phoenix color was red, and I'm given red craft. And what are we also talking about? The three-eye atlas. And the three-eye atlas is going to change things, isn't it, Rich? Because I mean, it's third eye and an atlas. And what is an atlas? As you said, it's a compass. It's a book of knowledge. It's expansion. It's a map, a roadmap into something different. And so I think all of this is connected together. And I think different people are seeing it in a different way, like our dreams, but we're actually seeing the same thing because of what's coming in via the clarification and the energy of what the three-eye atlas is actually doing and bringing into us. So what are your thoughts on that, Richard?
Gary, that was beautifully like all like blended together or tied up or glued together. It's like that whole lockup in what you just said. Yes, I agree. I resonate to everything that you're saying. I think there is even a lot more to this.
So do I think we're scratching the surface still. I really do.
There's a lot more to this because it's all also a remembrance. Three eye atlas. It's an actual remembrance. And why are we going through a remembrance right now? Why are we paying attention to our dreams? Why are we waking up? Like everything seems to be like, I don't see it, but I could see some people say, like, the world's in chaos. Well, yes, of course, this would be the time, right? Where everything is bubbling up and then remembrance is coming up online. Again, if Richard, I think we're in a dream, and then when I fall asleep, I go to the real. So this is a simulation, and this simulation was corrupted. It used to be a club med, a place where you would travel to live out fantasy as a light being, and you'd condense and come out and then live out your fantasy. But then we got that void, that big black nothing, the swallower of universes that came and infiltrated under the dome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can I talk about the dome right now, or did
I,
you
I
want
well,
to?
I think so because um, this brings into the dome, and then I think it probably leads into a video that you saw and I saw recently from another
Yes,
content
yes,
creator.
yes, about the 3 days of
Yeah,
darkness.
yeah. So I think it's perfectly
Yes,
time to go into the dome because I think this really is what we're seeing and the reason why our dreams are different. And again, the Wizard of Oz, and I know another friend of ours saw this as well. She saw a double rainbow the other day, and it was the
yes.
brightest double rainbow she's ever seen in her life, and it was so clear and clean and crisp that
And
she
I've
couldn't.
seen the picture, and it's the best one I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
And the
so
picture does not even give it justice.
no, no. So that's not the Wizard of Oz's picture. That's our friend's picture. So, but
Right.
it's exactly what the Wizard of Oz Mel saw. She saw this and she said to me, "Oh my God, I can't believe how." She said it's clearest and the colours were so bright. It
Yeah.
wasn't like it fades out or goes in
And
or
it
it's a
was
bit.
really a double rainbow, guys. Like we've seen double, not like this. It was like a big fat double rainbow.
Yeah, yeah,
Something is like something from the ether. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into it,
yeah,
Gary,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
No, it's
I'm getting
perfect
like
timing.
a
Yeah,
little so much messages are coming to me right now. So we have the dome right here that's there. Okay, so originally the dome was created as a lens. Okay, so we're all living on planet ship Earth within the simulation, organic, but yes, it's a fantasy, it's a realm. And it was thriving and it was beautiful. And you had great Atlantis and Lemuria that was thriving. And they played a lot with crystal plasma energy. So, as you know, I think, Gary, you said the same thing as me. I remember you saying
yeah,
it that up there beyond the dome in the space, what NASA, Satan says it is, it's not like the void with just like oxygen. That makes no sense, okay? It is plasma. Now, plasma is water. But what is beyond the dome? It would be like a plasmatoid energy that is etheric, that is light encoded information. So it's not like water in your bathtub. It's a totally different kind. That's what I say. Like, imagine the jelly water when you're pregnant. It's thicker, it's etheric, it's intelligent, it's sentient. So we have this dome that's here, and then we had Atlantis that was thriving and all that. And then that big swallower of universes, the void, the big black fat pig vomit nothing that came in to corrupt. Now, what happened with the intelligence of Atlantis? They knew it was coming. So, what did they do? Okay, we got to protect the information. We're going to store it. Think Noah's Ark. But I'm not finished with Noah's Ark because there's a double whammy here. So, ship out. We know what's coming. Now, also with this dome, right, is that because I have so much information I want to share, so I'm going to follow High Yourself, how he wants to direct me. Okay, so the dome. So we had this, okay, so originally it was a lens. A lens, why? We are here. We had the Titans. We all seen the images like on Gary's backdrop painting, the Titan holding the dome. So it was originally made like an accord, right, to share the plasma of the universe through the lens for this to thrive. Then the infiltration, the hijack came in, and then he was seen like in a negative way. And what happened then? All the trees that reached to the heavens got cut off. Then what happened? All the titans turned to stone. There is a hijack that definitely happened right there. But right now, I'm sorry, Gary. I'm everywhere.
No,
I can't help
keep going. It's
myself.
fine. Yeah,
Like
keep
you should see all the Polaroids jumping at my face.
it's
I
making
feel like
sense
a
to me.
piranha right now.
It's making
And
sense.
so what's happening now? Going back to Three Eye Atlas, which I'm obsessed at create calling it 31 Atlas. But what is 31? 3 plus 1. That is like a rectangular. It's like a reformation of a home in the number, like maybe I'm not using the same words I should use, but it is like a restoration of like a home, like the four angles that are there. So we got that. So that's why there's so many reasons. Okay, the Trinity. Okay, three eye atlas, my third eye. Third eye. But then if I go to 3-1 Atlas, it's like the Trinity plus me, mind, body, spirit. But now with that dome, that is like a lens in the good old days before that void came in to hijack and invert. What is this all about? Okay, so we can look at it. The first of the threes, the Titan holding the lens, not out of feeling obliged, but because that was like the way that all the plasma intelligence from beyond the dome in the ether would come through. Think of having those things in the sun and you burn something like
Magnifying glass.
okay, think of something like that. So it's bringing the intelligence, and that's where the corruption has happened. Now, okay, I lost myself on that thread. But then I was talking to our beloved sister Honey Golden today before coming online because I was so excited after 2 weeks of coming for a rocking Pandora's box with Gary. And I wanted to share with Honey like the downloads I get because Honey is the only person that I know that is able to ask high yourself the way I ask. It's not that Gary, you're anything less better, but it's just like I
Yeah,
connect the way she does.
yeah. I get
So
that.
I shared with her and she brought to me something specific, right? Okay, so please be kind and rewind. So the three. I'll come back to honey because Higher Self says, Richard, you just forgot something, and I got the Polaroid. So this is it. So in the threes, the Titan would hold the lens. Then the second out of the three would have been the island of Atlantis. And the first person who brought that to my attention, who created all of this awakening, is my beautiful sister Esther in Germany. Thank you for that because you are absolutely accurate. So the Titan holding the contact. And then the second one would have been the island of Atlantis. And the third one would have been all the intelligence, the memory that is organic. So the three. Okay, that's what it is. Now, with talking with Honey, she shared something and I resonated, Femi, so much. Atlantis was female. I always thought that Lemuria was feline, probably feline feminine energy. And then Atlantis was more masculine. But no, this is it. That's what the big void came in, which was patriarchal to dismiss and rebuild. So we had Atlantis, which was she, like Gaia, like creator that dreamt Gaia into being, feminine energy. And she had a counterpart, which is Atlas. Atlas is also a compass, right? So what happened? When the infiltration, the big black goo, nothing, pig vomit, creep came in to invert everything through the lens, and then we weren't getting the plasma connection anymore. There was a separation because Atlantis, that beautiful she goddess energy, did not want to give up. Okay. But she was forced to give up because she wasn't even prepared for this black void and all of its um, um, military like knowledge it had in back of it. Uh, armor, artillery in back of it. And this is what happened is that Atlas, being the divine male counterpart, there was a rupture. So when the information had left, there was such a sadness of the separation of divine feminine and masculine that this is what it would have created in our known knowledge, the ice world or the ice age, because there was so much sadness. Now, Gay is online, she's online, Gay is online, Atlantis is rising. You've heard me speak about Lemuria rising, all connected. And what is this three-eye Atlas coming back home? Could it be the rise of Atlantis? She rises, like I've said, you know. First, she rise, she calls out to divine masculine. He hears her call and comes not to suppress, not to put his foot on her throat, never again, but to hold, to protect, and to create. He heard the call. I say this with dragons, I say this with everything. So this is what it is, right? So Atlantis, all the information in the takedown, we were intelligent. Noah's Ark, store all the DNA, take it away. We know what's coming. And now we got this. At Atlas 3 1, my third eye, 3 plus 1 foundation. Everything is coming back home right now. So we got divine masculine that heard divine feminine's call and is coming to protect. The end. I
So
don't know. Like I spoke for a long time. I
no, no,
lost
no,
track. It could have been long,
no,
but
no, that's
oh, you got ants. I saw them.
I have, yeah, I've got ants. I've so and I've got flesh of the goose as well. So what Rich is talking about here is fundamentally the way I would describe it in scientific terms. We had the Fibonacci sequence come in, overlaying the crystalline code. So
Yeah.
the demonic bad is the Fibonacci, Atlas, and Atlantis. All of this is crystalline code, okay?
Ah,
And we had this Fibonacci sequence come in, and the sequence
it's an
changed the
inversion.
frequency.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
changed the frequency, okay? So when Rich is talking about the dome being a lens, okay, really interesting concept because he's really onto something here because it makes sense to me. If you can imagine that you've got cataracts,
Oh, I love that.
you can't see, okay? We were born, our parents were born, our parents, and for thousands of years have been born with cataracts in their eyes, okay? Instead of having an operation, the three eye atlas is giving us a frequency,
Yes.
and the frequency is attacking the Fibonacci sequence that's reducing its power and is turning this back into a clear lens.
Yes.
And this is the cloud. Oh,
I know my nipples are like Farrah
I
Fawcett's. Like,
tell
I
you,
can cut
me too.
windows now. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
so what we're getting is the three eye atlas, which is the phoenix, which is the rebirth. A phoenix is a bird that rebirths. Okay. This three eye atlas is coming back in. It's changing the frequency of the dome that's over us, the toroidal field,
How it used to be.
to how it used to be. This means that we are going to then get all the stuff that we used to before coming into us. Now, for me, what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that our third eyes are going to open up. It means the chakra systems are going to start to diminish and fall from us, which means that when we're spiritually ready for this, our DNA is going to come back online and we're going back to 12 strand DNA.
Yes, I agree with you. I believe that the 12 strands are already online. We've just never, and Honey will, like I've spoken with Honey about this. We just don't know our gifts yet. Like we've been asleep. So the DNAs are already there, but we got to unlock the code or open the drawer or like look into it, right?
Yeah,
But they're already there.
yeah. But the
Yeah.
more the clarity, and I'm sure hopefully everyone can see that I'm talking
Oh,
about
yes, I'm
the
sure they
dome.
can.
Everyone can
I
see
mean, come
that.
on. Yeah.
This lens, as it gets clearer, means that the remembrance of us using our 12 strands will come online and we'll start to remember.
Yes,
The
yes,
abilities will come
yes.
on, but it has to be gradual. How can I put this? Let's use a Marvel thing, right? We're all Superman or Superwoman, okay?
Or
All of us,
X-Men's, or
right?
yeah.
If that was a switch and you woke up and you opened your eyes and suddenly you started lasering the ceiling, you'd be a bit upset about it and there could be chaos, okay?
Well, that gift could be because I destroy all my memorabilia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. But if it came on gradually and slowly, and you started to get different vision and you could see things in a different way, and then you started to be able to, like the magnifying glass, focus on things and do certain things, that would be the way to do it. And this is what I think we're getting. So the dome is clarifying up. And what the other side effect that that's going to have, which Richard touched on as well, is the crystalline part. This was
Yeah.
a crystalline realm before the Fibonacci came in and took it down. The Fibonacci is a 3D parasitic energy that feeds off energy.
Someone's at the door. Keep
Yeah,
lapping.
yeah. So the Fibonacci sequence is what came in and changed the lens, colored it. And with the crystalline, which is Gaia coming online, Sophia, Three Eye Atlas, the Phoenix, and Sonia from the Tree of Knowledge, she spoke about the Phoenix being feminine energy. makes sense because the divine feminine is coming online, coming in, the clarification, the reunification of the divine masculine as it always should have been, and not the inversion of it with the divine feminine, giving us clarity, moving us all forward in our crystalline development with the 12 strands of DNA, our third eye, pineal gland coming online, and the spiritual awakening and the high frequency vibration coming through in as the clarity of this dome comes in. And it could be why those two separate twin flame rainbows were seen with such clarity.
Love it.
Very, very likely, because it's all connected. There's no coincidences on this, Now, as Richard said, space is actually plasma. There is no space. We know that. No one's ever broken out of this dome, whatever they say. And
No?
when rockets hit the dome, it creates this beautiful pattern as they skate
Yes.
along it, you know. But the plasma is a form of water, and water is what we're in now. This is all fluid dynamics. Okay, air is actually a fluid, water is a fluid, even ice is a fluid, but it's in its solid state. And when we get lightning is actually plasma.
Yes, it's etheric. It's
Correct.
energy.
Yes. And so on the outside here, in this drawing here, we actually
Isn't
have,
that what happens to you when you're pregnant? It's like electricity hits and then birth exists.
yeah, the creational spark, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, yeah. And something that this is really, I didn't know this. One of the comments I got, and unbelievable. On one of my shows, I was talking about the Christ code and the importance of the Christ code, and they put in the comments that actually a baby is a parasite until a certain stage when it then becomes sentient. And and with the Fibonacci, once it goes to the seventh stage, it will either collapse because it's got nothing to feed on, or it will continue to grow, feeding off the host. Okay,
Yeah.
it's very interesting that on the sixth day of the baby being seen as a parasite, it then changes to the fetus on the seventh day.
I
So
guess I just gotta turn my head around the word parasite.
yeah. But
This is it, because right now I'm
yeah,
debating with my higher self. At first, I was like repelled by what you said,
yeah. But
but
it's I'm
then
just
c'est
using their
comme, I
language.
was told, no, 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 it's okay, because Famir is gonna learn from this, because I reacted and then said, okay, hold on. There's something there. It's just me. I'm attached to what a parasite is, which
Yeah,
has been the enemy the whole time. But at the beginning, it could before a soul is there. Okay, so it's just
it's
reframing,
yeah.
Gary.
So we get this
Okay,
spark of energy, and then we get this growth, which is fundamentally Fibonacci to the sixth point, the sixth day, and on the seventh day it changes into a fetus. It actually changes, and so it's no longer that parasitic energy. It then becomes creational energy because it's Christ, and
yeah, no,
that's what
no.
she said,
Yeah,
and
I'm
it
feeling it. It's
it made
true.
sense
Like,
to me
yes,
the
it's
way
true.
that they
That's true.
yeah
It's just the word parasite. Because I put them as the enemy.
yeah. But when we take it
You
as a lump of cells, they're given the spark of life
yes, that's what it is.
to
Yes.
create and to double.
Can
And
I pull
obviously,
some cards on this?
yes, please do. That'd be fascinating.
I'm gonna
And
use my Florida water on my deck. Woo, woo.
that's nice and cleansed now.
Oh
But yeah,
yes, nice and cleansed.
but the comment made sense when you see the imagery that I was talking about when we've got the Fibonacci, and so you know you get like on day 2 or 3. Day 2 is like the Verca Verica Pisces, something like that. That's what it's called because you get two interlinking like that. So it's very, very interesting. But at day 7, the Fibonacci no longer exists within the womb. It changes to the creational energy, and
Okay.
and that would make sense with what I understand of the crystalline code and the Fibonacci, is they're both very, very similar till the 7th point mathematically, and then they split.
Okay.
So you could say very clearly now that we're at the 7th point of the split, where the Fibonacci goes and crashes and the crystalline continues the growth. And so what we're now seeing is 7 cycles of time, however that would, whatever that would mean, is we're now in the 7th cycle of time where the dome is now clearing, and we're now getting the clarity coming through. So the Christ code, Gaia, Sophia, Atlantis can all bring back that energy, and the Phoenix can come back in for the rebirth of what we should have been.
Yes, the rising phoenix. That's why I have a Trans Am Firebird. It's got a golden phoenix on the hood. But before, like, I didn't even look at my cards, Gargar. I want to, before I look at them, because I like that. Like, I just like to throw them and then, like, surprise. I want to talk a little bit more about this dome thing, okay? Because that's what is happening right now, because it is cracking, and a lot of people going all back to the 3 days of darkness, or maybe some kind of attachment to the fear, because we are at end times. We're aware that there's a rebirth happening. In the past, what would happen? Mudslides, burnt to a crisp, Noah's Ark, and all that. Now, it's very different. And why we know that this dome is cracking, it's not because if it breaks, we're going to have a deluge of water running in, like in the past of the story of Noah's Ark. That was different. People were not ready. Humanity were not ready. They were not elevated. They were not crystalline just yet. So, I mean, it's mythical and there is some truth to it. Now, what Noah's Ark did is carry the DNA templates to be saved. Like I said earlier on before, please be kind and rewind to what has happened to Atlantis, the fall, and planning because they knew the black goo was coming. So they stored with husband and then take away the DNA codes. It's one of the same. Now, this time, yes, it's breaking, it's cracking. Yes, the universe is plasma, but not bath water. Not when you open your sink and let it water. It's not the same kind of water. It is etheric intelligent. It's plasmatoid. And this is what's happening to us. We are turning to crystalline DNA. Let's not forget all the transmissions we got from our brother Max, the crystal skull. Okay. And also Atlas, talking about Max. He's a skull. Okay. So right now I have, he's not crystal, but this is Max here in my house. So what's right here under here? That bone here is called Atlas under the skull. And that was Honey who made me realize that, Honey Golden. So you got the spine, the Atlas, and we're awakened. Like you were saying, like no longer having that film on your
Yeah,
eyes.
cataracts. Yeah, yeah.
Cataracts, right? We are all, and look at the color here, it's red. We're all online. So what is happening now? Yes, it is cracking. That's why we're seeing more borealis, more rainbows. And borealis, I can see, like I saw it in my meditation this morning, they are going more south. There's more of it, and we're going to see it a lot more. And that's what's going to be the 3 days of darkness. Electricity is going to twitch here, there. It's not going to be grueling. And when it is said, about the fallen angels taking over. I call it bullshit because I asked. I looked at it in every direction for you, my Femi, okay? I'm not afraid, but I knew that some of you wanted answers. What I saw, it's not that the fallen angels are taking over during the 3 days of blackness, but during that time, with solar flares coming in, with Atlas coming in, with piercing the dome and bringing back that plasma that's not going to drown us, but bring us back to life, as in crystalline DNA. These are times where the fallen angels, who are parasitical, are being evacuated. They're being kicked out. You didn't pay the rent, get the fuck out.
Yep, you well put, superbly put. Because I think the 3 days of darkness is the inversion that they tell us,
It's
but
the
it's actually
inversion.
it's their 3 days of darkness. Now, um, the show that we're talking about was somebody called J Snip 4, who did
And
a
we like him. I mean,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
follow him, but I scanned him, and he's not a
No,
goon or like he comes from a good place. I
yeah,
scanned his
yeah, yeah,
frequency,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I've watched him for many years. I only watch him occasionally now, particularly when he does a show with a guy called Woo Woo Dude, which is very interesting because they had visions, or Woo Dude had visions 3 years ago, and he drew all these pictures and wrote all this stuff down, and a lot of that is seems to be coming to pass now, and so there's lots of things that are building up. So it's quite interesting. Um, he was talking about 3 days of darkness, but not in a negative way. It's the 3 days of darkness, as in it could be electricity going down, it could be
That's gonna happen.
it could be communication breakdown for a little while, but it's also an opportunity for Gaia or Sophia to come in and use her
P.
FU boots while we can't
Yeah.
see to take the demons out. Because would we want to see demons being taken out by Sophia? No, we would not. So if we can't see anything or you're not aware of it, it gives Sophia free reign to clear house properly in a way that she would not necessarily be able to, because um, there's nothing worse than a woman scorned is a very old saying in England, as in,
You've
and
never heard of a man scorned.
no,
It's because it's not that dangerous.
yes, correct.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah. So we've got
Don't
this
screw with she.
correct, and she's going to wreak her revenge for thousands of
And
years
she
of
should.
oppression.
She's
Yeah, no
allowed
problem.
to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't put like a parasite on a trial. You hurt my children? This is me. I'm not speaking for any other oracles.
yeah,
Me, you've hurt the children? Exterminate.
yeah,
Raid.
yeah. And the other thing,
Raid.
just before Richard does his cards, the other thing
Oh
that
yeah, I
I
forgot I had cards.
yeah, yeah, I didn't. The other thing before
Thank you, Gar Gar.
the other thing that has been said by many, and this is something to be considered as well. 3 days of darkness. If we have 3 days of darkness where the Wi-Fi goes down and all the other internety type things and numbers which finish in G that might have as many fingers as I'm holding up right now. So the G of the
Yes,
um,
we get it. Yeah, yeah.
goes down.
Wi-Fi. Yeah.
It's said that in these 24, 48 hours of no signal of any kind for certain things that people may have had in put in them
Got it.
to dissipate, collapse, and for the body then to start purging itself.
I agree with you. That resonates absolutely because look, I scanned it. There's different timelines. I'm not gonna be into a world where there's no sun for 3 days. I look for you, Gary. I look for you, Femi. There's no sun
No,
disappearing for
no,
3 days.
no.
It's more like the old guards going down, right? Remember what my dream about Farrah Fawcett and the drugs. It was representing like the mind control of Hollywood over us. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And something I got like, and I'm not saying I'm correct, but it could have been part of the reason why, and I've spoken
what's
about this,
that?
Operation Looking Glass. That was stopped apparently in 2012. I know they probably did other things, and the dumb elites may have been stopped by doing it externally, but they hit a wall that they couldn't see beyond, and they hit something that they couldn't change.
Well, they couldn't see beyond what they were trying to control it because it was their demise and their death, and that's why they could not see beyond.
Correct.
Gary,
Yeah, yeah, and that resonates fully
because it
with
was
me.
in their hands at the time. We can't see beyond our parasitical, cockroachy. Well,
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't say cockroaches. I'm sure there's cute cockroaches. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like, you know, like it's like
Cockroaches
when
got
you
to be
say
better
like,
than
"Oh,
them.
you animal." Well, animals are better than humans.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But well,
yeah.
I love animals.
So,
So
so the dumb elites. I think part of the reason for Operation Looking Glass and the reason why they stopped it because they hit a wall that they couldn't get past. And I think if that's correct, that this is the wall that they're now about to hit
yes.
because of the clarification of the dome. Anyway, Richard, what are your beautiful cards you pulled?
Do you remember what the fucking question was? Because I don't.
I
That was
think
an
it was
hour
about
ago.
the dome and the clarification and the strands that there was a general conversation going on at the time. So I would have
Okay,
thought the
zip
poll would
it.
be
I'll just read and then you,
yeah,
because you're the brains here. All right. So the, because I don't know. So the first card that came in is about the Khazaria mafia, people who are in control. They have a lot of secrets under their dress. They do control, like you could put a royal, a Rothschild there. Then we got truth disclosure coming as an alpha. Okay, there's only four alphas: aces, truth, justice, disclosure. There's a major reef, something to celebrate about. And then we got the king of abundance. Abundance, yes, it could be about finances, but it's about restoring everything that's abundant that was kept away from this creepy crawly. In the now moment, we are learning to turn our backs to something, Femi, that no longer serves with this beautiful card. So there is that part moon there. That's a part secret. The cups, that wall of cups is all about emotions. And we're turning our backs and going through the 40 days and nights through the desert in order to find the truth. Ha! Heartbeat. We've been trapped. We've been manipulated. We have been under self inflicted mental imprisonment, blinded to what's really going in back of us in that river right there. But now we are going to a restored golden era, a restored Garden of Eden, where, unlike the devil card, where he's got us shackled up, this is freedom. For the future, it's a new day, a new dawn, one of high hopes with the page of wands. People are going to be stressed out of their heads with everything that's coming, but this is blown out of proportion, exaggerated, useless stress. And then they're going to surrender. Look at that, the future. High hopes, new adventures, a new day, a new dawn. People are stressed. Nine of Swords, then 10 of Swords. Nines are before 10. Tens are ending. Swords are all about what's in your mind and of a stress value. Coming to an end, you're exaggerating, then you surrender. In the clarifiers, oh my God, you're gonna love this. We got the journey, reincarnation, a new day, a new dawn with the Fool card. Then at the heartbeat, we have death. Okay, so this is the death of a system for the rebirth of a new one, about secrets unbeknownst to many, most of us, that were very secretive. We've been praying, we've been meditating, and about these secrets, they're coming on
coming
online.
undone. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In the Golden Major Arcana, we got Dolly Parton with her tremendous assets here as the world. So I had the death, now I got the world. The world is again like the fool, the death. It's something new. Death a deal for the beginning of the next. At the heartbeat, we got the chariot, the fastest moving car of the deck. So that moves around the world through portals about truth, justice, disclosure, something that is great. It is so fast moving. This is so much fat. Put my Trans Am Firebird on top of a dragon. That's how fast it goes. And about your best friend, Janice, the duality, the two pillars, because we've been uncomfortable for a very long period of time, but we're getting enlightened. Now, higher self is saying take two more. So I'm going to take a different deck and just take two more. Beautiful golden Femi. Okay, so yeah, so there we go. The Four of Cups. While we're meditating, praying, looking at what we have in front of us, which we're not really happy about, look at the universe coming with the fourth emotional offering from the universe. And I want one more. It's going to be this one. Oh, there's two. All right. So again, for the second special appearance, we're turning her back to something that no longer serves. Is that the seven or eight? You know, Richard with his seven and eights. It's seven. So turning our back to something that no longer serves. So we've been meditating, we've been praying. The universe is offering here with this cup. We're turning our back to something that no longer serves. And the other one, it's always been a strategy. Three Eye Atlas is coming back.
And you know what? If you took the three eye as 31, that
Yeah.
would be the Four of Cups because it's three
Hey,
plus one.
what? Yes. Look at my brother, you
Uh,
rock and roller.
and that hit me as soon as I saw that card. That's
Yeah.
three eye Atlas
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
we've got the three and then the eye and 31 as you call it 31 and the three eye is the cup that's been given us by the universe as
Yes.
the new beginning, the new offering, you know.
Yeah. And this time it's not going to fail and we're not going to drown.
No.
I've seen it because for me, like I really looked in deep for you this morning. Are we gonna have some kind of flood? Are we gonna? I never believed it, but it's not because I believe something that I'm not gonna ask my higher self, right? So I looked in every fucking direction. We're good.
Yeah, yeah,
We welcome Three Eye Atlas. They are sentient, and Gary, you were right. There's many levels there, huh?
yeah.
It's well,
All I mean, all those
the
swords.
information is stored up there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming back. And imagine what's gonna happen to us, Gary.
I
Like how we're
can't.
gonna ignite, like you
Yeah,
said, to a Superman, an
yeah.
X-Men. I don't want the laser thing because I
No,
don't
no,
want
no,
to like
no. But
get rid of my beautiful decoration. But I could be like Storm. That's what I want to be. I want to rise like a tornado. That's what I want. I want to be Storm. Yeah.
we will have abilities, or we will start to understand the true nature of this realm. Because although we're talking about a dome and a lens, fundamentally it's a toroidal field, to my mind, because
Yes. Yes.
that links into the double slit experiment, the waveform, which then sits on the Chris code, which all works for me in a mathematical way. If you want to look at it in the math, right? Now,
Yes.
if you change a frequency, you can make the subtlest change can have a huge outcome. And so by the Fibonacci sequence coming in with that frequency would have had the change of the toroidal field, which would have meant that the energy from the toroidal field or the dome that comes in would have been filtered and changed into a different kind of energy, which would have then, you think they were giants. When we're talking about
Giants,
Noah's flow, it's
Titans.
a flow.
Yes.
Noah was a giant, and you know, and I think, yeah, no, I was just going to go on a tangent then, but I wasn't sure, so I better not.
Okay. It's
Um,
okay.
but Noah was a giant from a race of giants. He was 600 years old when the flood happened. Okay, according to biblical scripture. Okay, now He was a giant. The reason why there was a flood and all the bits and pieces happened, as Richard quite rightly said, is because they were not crystalline, they were not ready to go, because they were too connected to the original fallen angels that had come in. And fallen angels are not good people. Fallen angels, for me, fundamentally tend to be those that have played games because they've had the ability to. And when you give somebody um, power over other people, or they give their power freely, that can sometimes corrupt, isn't it? Oh, power corrupts, and ultimate power corrupts ultimately, I think is a saying. Um, and so for me, they couldn't allow any kind of corruption to escape out of this realm. And so that's why they had the flood and all the bits and pieces that we see. But we've all shrunk in size. And I know there were smaller people. I know there were taller people. We've now come to this age where we're all fundamentally of a very similar size, you know.
But originally we were massive.
Yeah. Originally, we would have been as big as that, trying to get out the dome. Look, we would have been massive.
Yeah,
And you know, we would have been 8, 10, 12 foot tall. And
yeah.
I'm sure many of the audience, beautiful Femi, girls and guys, that I'm sure you've all seen pictures of giant footprints and giant feet that people stand up against, you know, footprints that are 6 foot tall. Well,
They've suffered a lot, the giants, and they went through a major, 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 major suffering.
they did.
But they're dealing with it right now because they
Yeah.
hear our frequency opening because we were the ones who were asleep the most. And
Yeah.
now they hear us. They go, okay, because they could be barbaric.
Yeah. Yeah.
They could be barbaric. That's over that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
getting more coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. So when we look at that, it's also one of Richard's favourite subjects, and again, I'd like Richard to talk about this once he's filled up his pot. The dragons are now coming online. The dragon energy is more active than it's been ever, you know. And I say ever, not when the collapse happened, but in recent times, the dragon energy is coming back, and it's all because this field of the energy is changing, and it's allowing the shackles or the system that was pushing down and suppressing the dragon energy is now changing. It's now coming online, which is all part of Sophia, Gaia, whatever way you want to put it, you know. There's so many things, but the divine feminine and the dragons are feeding off this energy. They're freeing, and as the lens clears, this goes back to one of our other shows that we did fairly early on when we talked about the elementals and seeing elementals and Bigfoot and Sasquatch or whatever you want to call it, fairies, all these things coming in. The reason why we didn't see them anymore is because the frequency was changed on the toroidal field on the dome. And as that clears, as the lens clears, as our eyes clears, as we begin to see again, we will then be able to see the different vibrational frequencies, the different realms, and this will all come in, and we'll start to see and interact with different beings. And I think that's going to be absolutely huge. Um, and certainly something I'm looking forward to doing in the future, however crazy that sounds as well. But you know, Yellowstone Park, I mean, a couple of 3, 4 shows back, Richard and I were talking about Yellowstone and the vibrations underneath and the dragons, and this is why this is coming on. What do you feel about what I've just been saying about the lens clearing would be something that would unburden the dragons, wouldn't it, and allow them to become loud and proud again?
Well, yes, because I do feel that in our simulation, first there was Gary, architects that built our simulation, and then the dragons came in as the first beings. So, for many of you have been listening, watching, being our friends, and paying attention, Richard always feels that volcanoes are really attached to the primordial ones. It's all she. She is birthing. And look, like, was there a catastrophe with Yellowstone? Everyone was saying, like, the end of the world. It never happened. Come on now.
Yeah.
You know, it's a rebirth. And this is what is so beautiful with rebirth. Like everyone seems to think because they're listening to everyone, and I'm not saying everyone is corrupted. No, 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 no. This is not what I'm saying. A lot of people could be sharing like prof- prophecies, but even the Hopi prophecy, right? Like it's almost like studying the Bible. I studied the Bible during the Mandela effect and then I threw it in the garbage. Like this thing is corrupted. Sorry, I love creation, creator. I don't trust the Bible. I saw the Mandela effect all over it. What am I talking about right now? I just lost myself. What am I saying,
Well,
Gargar?
well, we was talking about the dragons coming online because of the lens,
Yeah,
and I think what you were partly saying about the Bible and other control mechanisms, and let's be fair, some of these amazing books and this amazing knowledge was nefariously changed and
it was
adjusted.
corrupted.
Yes,
And you gotta learn to read between the lines. That's what I was saying,
yeah.
right? Because we tend to like read something and take it word for word, but a lot of the writings, like you have to like remember your inner child, tap into your higher self, and decode. Like it's not everything literal all the time. It's just not. It's just not. You got to and it all goes back to inner child. That inner child. I remember my daughter when I'd bring her doing the groceries, Melinda, that's my daughter's name. And she was 6. Dad, why is a serial killer called a serial killer? Is it because he eats cereals? But it was a great question.
Yes.
Adults don't think that way,
No.
you know? Like,
No.
no, it wasn't the answer, but still, it's that imagination. And when we read the books that define history or is trying to like suppress us by putting us into a category, blind fucking us, there's truth in the Bible. I don't like that. Like it's corrupted. I think it's the biggest corruption book that I've ever laid eyes on.
Well, one of the things that really surprised me with the Mandela effect, certainly, and again, we've covered this Femi in previous shows. Sound like a broken record, but we really have been, go back to these shows, look at what we're talking about and how it's now coming full circle almost. But when we were talking about the Mandela effect, one of the Bible verses is the lion will lay with the lamb, I believe. It's very famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
That then he was lying with the wolf.
And now it's the wolf lays with the
Come on
lamb.
now.
And there's no
Where
wolf.
does that make sense?
Doesn't.
Or Jesus in a garter belt, a golden garter belt. So you're telling me that this character was a tranny? Like, come on now.
Yeah. Yeah. But if a book can be changed from our living memory in printed words, it just shows you the conceptual nature for me of the realm and how everything is fluid. Now,
And it's a simulation.
there we go. And it's just for
Yes,
me more
because
proof of
isn't the
that.
Bible supposed to be the infallible, like spoken true? Well, I've seen it change.
Yeah, me too. Me and
So, okay.
you
Yeah.
know, and so if a book that's meant to be of its standing can be changed by the system that we live in, what else has the system that we live in changed over the hundreds, if not thousands of years that it's had the opportunity to do so for its own purposes, you know?
Yes, 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 yes. That.
And that's so that's the point we're getting at, okay? It's what else could they have changed? And remember, you don't have to change much in a book of thousands and thousands of words to have that little piece of something that changes the meaning of something. You only have to put an extra odd word or sentence or phrase into something to change the meaning and so the outcome. Because for me, what this is truly about is divide and conquer, division, and placing people against each other who are one being, one group of people, one love. And when you divide them, you can then feed off the loose and you can keep people um, unbalanced, is the word I want to use. Unbalanced.
Yes, beautifully said.
Yeah, yeah.
And it failed.
And it's failed.
Should
Yeah,
I do a reading on that?
I think you should. I think that'd be amazing.
Oh, wait. I need my Florida water. Florida water. And I wanted to also share, babies, in my last video where I'm talking about children that go up the river and tap into your higher self. One trick before I got in with Gary today before recording is I'm gonna share with you, like, I am so silly. I don't care. I don't care. I sing all the time. And this, I was told, share with the family. This is one thing I do several times a day, whether I'm in the shower, taking a poo, it doesn't matter. I love the universe loves me. It's a frequency. I love the universe, and the universe loves me.
Beautiful. But it's
I don't
true.
care how silly I
No,
look.
no.
It's just the way it is. All right, so I got the queen. Do you remember what the question was? Because I don't.
It was about
I got you
um,
working, huh?
it was about something we were talking about.
This guy. Okay, so let me see. So far, it's so good. While I keep trying to think.
It was about the Mandela effect changing the things and us,
Okay, got
us
it.
living in a multi-dimensional matrixy type realm and
Yes, I
understanding.
remember. All right. So what do we get here on okay, so the Bible, the book, the Mandela effect, all that. So in the past, we got the Witch of the Tarot, so follow your intuition because information is coming really rapidly in one way or another, and it's coming from another dimension, the Two of Wands, holding the world. So we can look at this on several ways, right? That the Bible was actually interfered with a form of magic. It happened really fast and it crossed a portal, a dimension to like transfer our reality into what we are going to be knowing right now. That's one version. Another version is follow your intuition, listen to it fast, and you will cross portals to the truth. In the now moment, we got the truth. So, yes, truth. Ace, alpha, the ace of pineapples. So, yes to both. The Mandela effect did happen. It did happen to all of our knowing books, Bible, whatever. And if you go on level number two and you listen, you will get full abundance. It's about children and a youthful offering. So if you look at it on a negative aspect, it was all about the children. Oh, these creepazoids. Truth are coming out real fast. This is the military. High Ho Silver, the Knight of Swords. High Ho Silver coming to the rescue with information really rapid for the future. A lot of people are going to be forced to see Four of Swords, what they never saw, secrets unbeknownst to most, and they will learn to walk away from a system for the third special appearance today. And then we got Dolly Parton, a new day, a new world, a change of guard. In the clarify, you follow all this? You will be self-made. All your wishes are going to be manifested and granted with the Nine of Cups. At the heartbeat, emotions are going to be there because that's the empath queen, but that doesn't have to be very always negative. She is emotional. She is the empath, but look at what she's staring at, the gold chalice. There's information in there made of a heart chakra. And then, well, you got to hold on to yourself in a time where you're either unsafe or safe, but I'm taking it that go within, listen, look into the chalice. You've already like gotten all of your manifestations declared.
Yeah.
I need Florida water. Goldens, my babies. Hi, Gary.
Hello.
How's it going, sexy?
Very well, darling.
Oh, baby. Wow. All right, here we go. So the first one is what the hell are you? The creator. Okay, the emperor. I got the deck. I don't read upside down. You know this. I never will. So we got the creator. Then at the heartbeat, the Khazarian mafia. So the creator over Rothschild, over popes, religious figures, governments, and or through creator, thanks to Isabella, I've learned to see this more like we become spiritual teachers. So it's a double whammy right there. And then we end with the sun, the most positive card of the tarot deck, babies. We are winners.
Yeah.
Ding
Yeah.
dong.
Yeah. It's interesting in my notes. I put end of inversion and I put tarot wise, it's going to either be the world or the wheel of fortune, world card or the wheel of fortune.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been getting tonight. It's coming out on I think every draw. So for me, it just shows, that we have this change coming. It's the
Yeah.
change from one thing to another.
Change.
Yahoo!
I love it.
I do, I do. Fundamentally, if we were to summarize what we're talking about here,
Yes.
it's spiritual and physical
And psychedelic.
freedom, freedom that offers us upgrades to escape the current system. And this is what we're looking at. It's as simple as that. It's spiritual and physical freedom that offers us, if we choose to take it, because it's not up to me if you want to do it, it's up to you. It's not up to Richard for me to want Richard to do it. If Richard wants to do it, Richard will do it. If he doesn't want to do it, he won't. And it's as simple
Oh,
as that.
and I definitely won't. If you're forcing me to do something, fuck you. I'm
No,
not
yeah.
doing it.
But
Yeah.
it's the offer, the opportunity to upgrade spiritually, physically, and escape the current three-dimensional realm in the avatar that we currently possess, which
Yes.
I don't think's happened before. I think there's been opportunities where people have ascended out of their body and they've gone on, but for us to actually keep this avatar, that's new, and that's why we have to go to
It's never
Crystalline.
been done ever before.
No,
And we are actually in fifth 5D, so that's density dimension. But we didn't all get the memo. That's the problem because some of us are still programmed to fear indoctrination. So we turn back and listen. And that's the yo yo. I keep saying that the
yeah,
yo yo. That's what it is because times are merging. Everything is flipping. Deja vus are so online right now.
aren't they?
There's no
Yeah,
escaping it. If you're real, you're sentient, and you're not an NPC, and you do the inner work. You're responsible. I'm responsible. That's why I don't talk about government shit anymore.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
being responsible. Where do you put your line? Babies, you got this.
Yeah.
Have we like come all this time crying and suffering for a big nothing? Nope. We got this. I
Yep.
got your back. Gary's got your back. And I know, we know you got our backs.
Yes.
Together we are family. And this is what soul kinship is. Like I'm lonely, I'm alone. Well, where's my soul family? Hi,
Yeah.
I'm your
Yeah.
brother.
And,
Gary's
and
your brother.
certainly. And just going back to what Richard was saying about the flip-flop between 5 and 3D, 5 and 3D, okay?
Yes.
I think at the moment we're going to be seeing quite a lot of that. Now, I call it myself personally noise. There's a lot of noise out there, and the noise is designed to bring you back down to the 3D. Okay. And there's lots of noise going on. Richard doesn't look at the noise. I look at the noise a little bit, slightly different reasons for it. But I look at the noise a little
Well,
bit because,
you inform like
yeah,
you inform and you're different,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, yeah, slightly
Become you
different.
analyze and then you decipher. That's why you
Yeah,
do it,
yeah,
Gary.
yeah,
And this is why we're such a beautiful team.
yeah. Because obviously I analyze and decipher because I'm interested in historically what's happened
Yeah,
to what's happening now to see patterns emerging so I can see that things are moving in the right direction. And they
yeah,
are, right? They
yeah.
really are. But I call it noise. There's a lot of skullduggery,
I
shenanigans, and
call it
noise.
pig vomit.
And it is, and it is. But there's a lot of noise out there at the moment, okay? Lots of distractions, deliberately so. And some of these distractions seem very worthwhile causes. They're very genuine and all the bits and pieces. Okay. I'm not talking about a single person here. I'm not talking about a single event here. This is a generalization. Okay. There's a lot of noise out there. Remember, it's noise. And as I love to say, you can observe it, but don't absorb the energy. Don't get drawn into because at the moment the energies are changing. And as we get this clarification and the lens clears, it's also going to bring up lots of emotional energy that we
Yes.
haven't been feeling for a very long time. Um, Recently, I've noticed I'm becoming more empathic. And what I mean by that is not that I'm not an empath already, but I pick up on the energies of other people. And if they're feeling angry and tetchy, I'm feeling it and I'm not understanding why I'm feeling it always. And I can
Yeah.
feel a little bit down sometimes. And it's not because I am down, it's because I'm picking up the energy of these people around me. And it's quite difficult. Okay. This is the noise. We have to remember to be mindful of this and work through it and and keep doing the inner work, but not absorbing this energy as much as possible, but
But I,
understanding that it's a thing.
But I love that you bring this up, Gary, because this is going to help a lot of our sisters, our brothers right now. Say, come when you have a rise of an emotion, is it really yours? Or are you like more empathic as you are turning crystalline and you're learning to turn on your 12 DNA strands? It's learning, it's schooling.
Yes, yeah, and we're
Yeah.
not going to get it right, and we're going to fall out with people.
Oh, I'm getting it right. I'm getting it right. Oh, yeah. I'm getting it right. There's no fucking way I'm not.
but
No,
but it's not a linear path. We have bumps in the road, personal ones, because we're all individuals and we all have learnings to have. We all have there'll be something that'll happen to you and you think, oh, but actually when you observe it and take a step back and look at what's going on, this is a teaching for you and this is a lesson. And
yeah.
I'm getting them all the time at the moment. And some of these are quite big lessons, and I'm having to really work at what's going on. And it's not because I haven't done the work, it's just because I'm not used to all this energy coming in, and sometimes I'm feeling quite unsure of myself. And I'm a pretty, grounded kind of guy. And
You're
I'm
very grounded. Like, I love you.
Thank you very much. I love you too, brother.
You're my
But I
brother.
still feel it. I'm still feeling it. And if I'm feeling this at times, so will all of you watching us.
Yes.
Okay, accept it, understand it, and be mindful of this. Is all I'm saying. Because it's a very tricky time. So
Yes.
um, now I know the answer to this one, and I know
Which one?
you know the answer to this question. But the
Well,
Femi would love to know, just before we wind the show up, and you do your beautiful invocation. Can you
that's what
just?
I'm looking for. You
I
felt
know
it,
that.
huh?
I know that. I know that. I can see.
This guy. Oh, I
Could you
love
just
you.
do one
Uh,
last pull
yes, of course.
on our future and what's coming up? Okay, so it could be if you
So you
decide
want
for
a
the next
reading of the
month or
future?
yeah, just for the next month, 3 weeks, year, whatever it is,
Yeah,
Richard.
yeah, of
Whatever
course. I
you
can do
feel
everything.
drawn to do, just let the Femi know the kind of time scale. Just show them that the cards are gonna back up what we say, just to give them peace of mind. Because
Okay, got it. Zip it. Hi, sir. High yourself over soul in the universe. Please tell me everything. I didn't see everything I need to know in regards to what Gary said. So you heard the whole conversation because my higher self hears everything. One flipped. Oh, two flipped. And you got two flips with
flip.
that. All right. So the first one in the past, Gary, we were like under suppression with a stick in the wheels that brought us heartache, sorrow. Then we got something to rejoice with the three of cups. This is a celebration. So that's the pass to your question. We got two threes right here. Something that was put into ourselves to not thrive, but now we are ready to thrive. Next. All right, it's coming in really fast because this, as you know, Femi, the Knight of Wands is very similar to me, Richard, as a reader, an oracle, as the Knight of Swords. That is high ho silver, but this one is not about truth, justice, disclosure as much as truth, authentic, and passion in the now moment. We got the creator. He was there again on the last read at the same place in the now moment, the second row, the first one, creator. Heartbeat, ongoing healing with another major arcana, the temperance. That's not just like a band-aid. You've screwed up your ankle and then you got to rest. No, that's ongoing healing with temperance. And then we got, in regards to the creepy crawlies, the powers that be, and or slash, as my beautiful Isabella says, we've learned through it, and we ourselves become spiritual teachers. That's the second time I say that, and I'm so grateful to our beloved Isabella because I've never read a tarot book in my life. I picked up cards, I learned by watching Janine videos, Tarot by Janine, and then I tapped into my higher self with it. I hate reading. Because I can't focus, Gary. It's like,
No, I'm
oh,
the
I read,
same.
it's like, oh, and then, oh, I got to reread the same paragraph for a half an hour.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
can't.
No, I'm
For
the
the
same.
future. Okay, so we got illusions, delusions, smoke and mirrors, passing and or death coming. Then we got a wake up call, judgment. The trumpet has been signaled, sang. Three Eye Atlas coming back. There's so much there. Waking up the dead, the sleepers. Then we end with as above, so below. Tap to your higher self with your inner child. The waters above the firm with the waters under the firm. And again, coming back full circle to that book, the Bible, they talk about God created waters above and below. That's part of the truth. It's not all a lie, the Bible. Then a new day, a new dawn. This is clarifying. We're going into the golden era. Look at the sun. Okay. Heartbeat. Death of the old for the rebirth of the new. And we end with look. Okay, people are going to be so confused. And not only are they going to be confused, but a lot of emotional things are going to be coming to them from all directions. They won't even know what they're looking at. I need two more. We're surrendering to something, a surrendering tensor endings of the mind. We're letting go of the reptilian side of the mind. And then we end with restored Garden of Eden. Chains are not there. With the devil card, we're chained, gagged, ball and chain. This is like freedom. Drop mic.
And look at the bottom of your tarot cards. Look at the bottom card
Oh,
on
what
your
was it?
pack.
Ah, Dolly Parton, a new day, a new dawn. Yay. And that, okay. We're walking away from something that no longer serves again for the fourth time. And then about secrets illusion. Oh my God. And yeah, people's emotions is all about emotions, but we're getting rid of something very grueling for me. That's the devil system that was grueling. See what I said? The devil system, compare. They're almost the same, but that one changes you up. This is an archangel, that's the devil. Look, a new day, a new dawn. Guys, no matter how I look at it, and you've been watching our beloved Gargar on his own or with collaboration with your Richard, Pandora's box. Every time that I look into the future, it's never apocalyptic. It's never the movie The Terminator. It's never anything like that. We've switched. So you raise your frequency, okay? Because we are in boomerang season. As I always say, there's a fifth season in town, okay? The fifth season is called boomerang season. What you focus on, you attract pronto, bing bang, like an arrow. The end. It's just as simple as that. So you got the power. Remember that you are the power. Remember your dreams and listen, record your dreams, decipher them later. Because right now, a lot is coming online. And like, I'm not like, I know what I'm worth. I know what Gary is worth. I know what Honey, Isabella, Jenny, like, so many are worth. But like we said before, we're all wired differently right now. So the more that we come together and we pay attention and don't dismiss, that's what we're waking up from the dream. Because guys, I know where I'm going. It's a golden era. And I want you to hug me in
Yep,
person. Yeah.
I agree. Brilliantly put. Superb cards, brilliantly put. And
Yeah.
that hopefully will just calm a few minds while things are a little bit up and down at the moment. So thank you very much, Richard.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome.
So I understand that you have a beautiful invocation for us to finish the
I
show with.
do. I do. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, I would.
But do you really, really want to hear
I
it?
really, really want to hear
Do
it.
this. Do you? Ah, okay. How can I resist? That's the cutest face I've ever seen. You get triple readings. Oh my God, he's. Come on, sisters. Isn't he the cutest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life? I mean,
Yeah, yeah, but Richard, you're the
what?
you're the cutest thing with long hair that everyone's ever
No,
seen
I'm
before.
sexy.
You're just set. Oh, I say.
But that's the energy because I like to be sexy. Although I haven't had sex in an eternity, like, like I like to look like the look that I look. So I like to have like angel hair and bijoux and well, anyways. Why not? Why should I I like to okay. Not look sexy, but how I think I look sexy. And it's not to manipulate, it's just I feel better, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Flip flap with Richard, like, why are you talking so much? No, I'm not saying you're talking to me so much. I
No, no, I
was
know what you mean. Yeah,
having
yeah,
a
yeah.
conversation with my higher self.
Myself. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Femi, are you ready? Is my hair perfect?
Perfect. Even after the flips.
I'm so ridiculous. I love it. Um, all right, so this will be a closing invocation for, oh my God, today's 30th episode of Rocking Pandora's Box. Beloveds, beloved family of light, we have dreamed together in plazas of the soul, where muses, whispers, and flimsy doors of illusion crumble to paper before our command. We have walked through prophecies and darkness and found not fear, but reset. Auras painting the skies, parasites scattered by the sun's fire. A new rhythm of time awakening. Bum, 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 bum. We have heard the name of Atlas, Titan who bore the heavens, island that sank, intelligence that survived. And we know now Atlas 31 is returning, not as stone, not as ruin, but as memory rising within our crystalline DNA. The dome that was once lens, then prison, right? As above, so below, is cracking. And through those cracks, the waters above will pour, not to drown us, but to baptize us in living light. Famille, the ark is not outside of us. Nope. The ark is within us. And as Atlantis rises in memory, so do we. So let this be our vow tonight, to stand calm as auras ablaze, to remember what others forgot, to carry the ark of remembrance in our very breath. For when the dome cracks, the light returns, and so do we.
That was very good. Very, very good.
Did you like it?
Brilliant.
I love it! Yay! Yeah. Makes me
That was
happy.
awesome. That was awesome. Very, very good. So, well, that's certainly been, I hope, for the Femi, worth waiting 2 weeks for. I think it's been a cracking show tonight, and we've really covered some really interesting stuff. So,
But I'd like to talk for another 2 hours. Do you mind? I'm kidding. Ah!
the
I'm
thing is
funny,
though,
huh?
the thing is though, Richard, we probably
Hmm.
could. That's the problem, isn't it, with us? We probably
Well,
could.
yeah, we could, we
Yeah.
would. Yeah, we could, we would. Yeah, but we're not gonna.
No.
I love you, Gary. And wasn't this a fun show?
It was brilliant.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. And again, there's so much more to go. I mean, as time goes and as we get more knowings and more understandings, we're going to be able to put even more meat on the bone on this one. So, this is just the beginning. It's the start of our journey in many respects.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes. We are here, babies.
We are.
We're here. Everything we've ever wanted for is happening as we speak. So keep your mind on the ball, your eye on the ball, your third eye, three eye, the important eye on what's coming back. You, your crystalline DNA, you're coming online. If you listen to free porn, I'm not going to say you're going to lose the boat, but you're going to get stuck in traffic. Pay attention. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I agree. But
Yeah.
remember, this isn't going to happen overnight. We've still got it's going to be a gradual process, but things are really happening. So we are,
They're happening fast, though.
yeah,
They're happening
yeah,
really, really
yeah, yeah,
fast.
yeah. But
Yeah.
nobody's going to miss the boat that should not have ever been on the boat in the first place. There is time for all of this, so don't worry about that. But
Oh, there is, but time is fleeting, is
it is,
fleeting, as you know, like the Rocky Horror Picture. Time is fleeting. Like, get on board. Like, I
yeah,
mean, like,
yeah,
you can't like just say, "I'll deal with it tomorrow" and ignore it, and then say, "Oh shit, I listed why." Well, because you didn't pay attention.
yeah, yeah,
Again, higher self, you gotta have a Femi, you gotta have a relationship with your higher self. Is it like a friend, a family member, a lover, whatever it is, it's every day. Be silly. You don't have to like, oh, higher self, oh God, oh, like Archangel Mike. They don't like that energy. Be fun, like you're youthful, be curious, connect, but you have to have a relationship. And the more that you have a relationship to your higher self, you're going to connect to your inner child. And with that, you're going to heal that inner child, which is going to redirect you, like that eight symbol, to higher self. And that's what the infiltration divided us. Look at the eight at the center. It could almost be like the walnut corridor, that shaping. That's what we're breaking from. It's not that hard to comprehend. Have fun, be a rebel, laugh, sing naked. I love the universe loves me. Like, be silly. Like, I'm doing all this in front of you because I don't care whether I'm a good singer or not. Like, this is what works for me. Be fun.
yeah,
Remember that you count. Remember, like how you were Bambi wide eyed when you were a child, how you felt you had the world in front of you before the simulation, they conformed you because Atlas is coming back on. He listened to Divine Feminine, Atlantis calling her, and we're all going. So it's our choice. It's easy. The only choice right now you have to do is connect to inner child and live that, fantasize. That's all your job is. You don't have to, or like, what am I going to do? Like, no, it doesn't matter. Fantasize, remember the end.
yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
perfect.
Like,
No,
that's the
no,
biggest message that I feel I
yeah,
can give.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Observe, don't absorb the negative energies or the noise. be the best version of yourself, laugh, smile, be joyful,
Go
and
into nature,
have
grab
fun.
a squirrel and kiss it on the lips.
Oh
Or maybe not. That's what I would do. That's
yeah,
what
or
I
maybe
do.
not. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So with that, Richard, we better say goodbye. And it's been a brilliant show. Thank you very much for everybody for watching. And
Thank you.
love, light, and blessings.
Rock and roll! Woo!
Bye,
Love you
everyone.
back.
Mwah.